Yesterday we finally finished the fencing. We took all the bamboo sticks out of the last 15 trees.
I didn't.
Yes, we did.
I laid in bed.
The bamboo didn't shoot, so it was not necessary in the end. But that has been done. Done for today. The clouds have come in. It's so foggy all of a sudden. There's nothing to see. Yes,
and that's it. That's all that is in your mind.
Now we're gonna start with some wood. We have to stack all the wood that we received, and we're gonna have to stack it now, so it can dry out the whole summer, so we can use it this winter if we're here. Yes. We don't know that yet.
It's always handy to have wood.
Ali's gonna do some carpentry to make all the pallet stacks, and
I still don't understand what I'm supposed to do.
You're gonna hammer. You're gonna hammer the shit out of it.
You need to explain. I don't get it.
Okay.
Maybe we need to put an umbrella. Loosey goosey. Like this. Warner is right. I love hammering. This hammer is so small. Nice strong structure. I want to start stacking. There's also a lot of standing around when you're doing things. I think we have to show the reality.
That's fine. That's basically us just standing around.
Yes,
Why did we do? Well, we did quite well.
You're missing all the good banter.
I said planning is half the work, and you said I'm a terrible person.
I didn't say you're a terrible person. I said that you plan a lot and then you still do a lot of work because you have to redo things 100 times because you're very stubborn. That's what I said. Can I start stacking? Okay, we're gonna reuse some of the material that was left over from the former greenhouse.
Yeah, that's completely destroyed. This would work, hopefully.
So then what are we gonna do? Just put it like in between?
Yeah.
Put on the other side, this side. Careful with your head.
First wood stacking of the year. Go for it, Ali, you can do it. Go, 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 go.
Are you making me hurry?
No, never.
Because I'm not fast.
By the way, we're not using pallets all the time because pallets here in Cantabria are actually quite expensive. So we're doing with what we have, and we're just stacking everything on top of existing bricks we already found on the land. And if we find pallets in the future, we'll just use those. But
we'll improve.
For now, we're just improvising.
The last piece.
Yeah, done. Good job.
Doesn't feel like enough wood.
No. I also feel a bit bad because I think we got scammed a little bit.
We always get scammed.
I think we will still have to get used to this a little bit and be a bit more on our toes. So we had to ask for Aya, which is, I can't even remember what that is in English.
Here. And we paid for Aya.
And we paid for that. And now I think like out of the 5 cubes we were supposedly have gotten, I think like 3.5 cubes is pine tree. And there's only a little bit of Aya. This is Aya. Pine, 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 Aya. Pine, 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 Aya. Pine, 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 pine. Ah! So that sucks because we cannot really use that to burn this winter because pine tree doesn't have a lot of energy density, so it doesn't make the house warm. So we'll have to go back to them and have a little rant session, or I will.
Yeah, it sucks that you always have to be like on your toes here.
We are still seen as the outsiders, as the tourists, and yeah, that's frustrating. I had hoped, seeing the pile, that yeah, it was mostly okay because it looked quite okay when it was delivered, but now stacking it up, most of the wood that I got through my hands was pine.
Yeah, and they were so friendly as well, which sucks.
Yeah.
Won't deal with them again.
Yeah, we will deal with them again because we'll have to.
Yeah, but we won't buy from them again.
This is the second time because the wood we got last year was also not the best because they told us it was dry and it was clearly not.
Okay, it's raining properly now.
Yeah, it is raining properly. I'm soaked.
I'm soaked. Let's go in.
Yeah.
I'm hungry as well.
Let's make some lunch. Good job.
We did a good job. Woo woo. Lunchtime. That's the nice thing of when it's rainy outside and then you sit here cuddly and you're like, yes.
That was a great lunch. It's always surprising to me how easy it is to make hummus yourself. Like, it's just such a quick process and it's delicious. And we quite often buy it still, but it doesn't make any sense. But anyway, that was really good. I'm gonna work a little bit more outside. Now we have stacked all the wood that we bought. I just want to finish all the rest because most of it is still lying on the ground. I just don't want it to rot away because that's just a waste of our wood. So I'm just gonna do that for a little bit. Ali snuggled up inside. She's doing some admin stuff. And I'm just gonna get going outside here. I only have this little axe because we were supposed to buy a bigger one, but we haven't done that yet. I just wanted to try out if it worked with this one, but it doesn't. The wood is a little bit too thick and this is just not the right axe for it, but it's fun to work with it. So I'm just gonna stack up the wood, even the wood that still needs to be cut in half, and then we'll call it a day. I'm restacking the original wall a little bit because twice in a row it blew over because of the strong winds here and I didn't really set it up. I stacked it up a little bit too high. So I'm taking a little bit off of the top and then putting it down here. We'll make another row here at the front and fill that with the rest. By the way, I'm listening to quite a nice book. It's called Techno-Feudalism. It's from Yanis Varoufakis, the former Minister of Finance of Greece. He's quite an interesting character. He can explain it much better, but like he means by that capitalism has been taken over by a new feudal system of the big tech. I haven't gotten very far in, so I cannot explain it very well, but it's quite an interesting book. I just finished another book that's called The Myth of Normal from Gabor Mate. I can also highly recommend that. Both of the books are difficult and heavy reads though. So like if you want something just calm and chill, maybe go for something else, but they're both very interesting books. Okay, done. Or I am done. The work is not done. But I managed to get like most of the logs on the structure so it can dry out. And we'll continue another time. Like this is not an urgent thing, but I'm happy that it's all stacked. I also brought all the sticks to this side. I'm gonna cut them with a chainsaw at a certain point, but also something for a later time. And then I brought all the sticks to that side, to the big pile of sticks. There were some sticks lying around on the property, so I just brought them all to the same spot. I hope we get a wood shredder at a certain point, rent it or whatever, can borrow it somewhere. We haven't found it yet, but that would be nice to just shred all that up and maybe start preparing the vegetable garden or the soil for the vegetable garden. Also a later thing. I'm just gonna stop now, chill, see you tomorrow. Okay, it's a beautiful day today. It's gonna be 22 degrees, which for this area is quite good, even though it's almost summer. That means we're gonna try to work outside as much as possible, although we have to take care of the mice inside. I'm gonna clean up underneath the porch a little bit because it's a mess out there and I want to work there. I also want to bring some stuff from inside to outside so I can clean inside, because the mice now clearly have been in multiple places and I want to see how bad the damage is. And then I also want to start treating the poles that we're gonna use for the fencing so they can dry properly before we put them in the ground. Let's see how far we get today. Whilst Ali is working on treating the beams, I'm gonna check what the damage is down here. I think it's already quite bad. There's a lot of mouse poop down here, or rat poop, whatever it is. They clearly found the dog food. They had a field day here, that's for sure. I'm finding dog food everywhere. More mouse poop and also more dog food. Okay, luckily we didn't find any mice or mice poop in our pantry, but it does need a little bit of cleaning up because it's a mess and we have way too much stuff for such a small pantry space. So need to figure out a different solution. I'm gonna start filling all the holes that we have in the walls because I think most of the mice are coming in and out through there. I think there's a hole here that they definitely come out from. So fill that one. There's another one next to the window that I'll do as well. I'll just keep going every time I find a hole. I'll just start filling it up. So messy! So messy! Oh my god! The pantry is done, or the crappy pantry is done. We still need to do this right. And now we're gonna take everything away here and see where the mice are living. Not looking forward to it. But first some lunch. How are you going?
Good. Takes time. Smells bad. But I'm doing it.
Some mice are having a field day in here as well. And I'm finding dog food everywhere. Can see it?
So from the beginning of us being here, we knew that mice were coming in the house because we would find little poops around in random places. But it was like the most respectful mice ever. And by that I mean they never ever touched our food, didn't eat through anything, didn't make any holes anywhere. And the only reason we knew we had mice coming in was because there were little poops. But apart from that, we would have never been able to tell. Nothing was eaten through. I left fruit out on the counter and stuff to see if they would attack it. Nothing at all. So you know, it was a good cohabitation relationship. I don't mind mice per se, especially not in the countryside. It's not like in the city where they carry a ton of diseases that we give them. And yeah, it wasn't really bothering us. But now we came back from our little trip and things had changed. First, we found our bed sheets eaten through a little bit in our mattress on the floor. Yeah, there were a couple of holes and a few poops in the bed, which thankfully they didn't go through. They didn't make a full ordeal of it, just one bed sheet is ruined. And then we found other spots where they have started to eat through some cushions that we had. So that has to stop. We cannot let that happen. We cannot let them get comfortable and live with us.
That's all mouse poop.
Which means that today we're gonna be looking for all the entry holes into the house. That's really it. It's not like they're already living in the house. It's just we have a lot of holes in the stone. There's just a lot of ways for them to come in. And I'm sure that if we block all those holes, the issue will at least get much better.
Okay, it's looking a tiny bit better. Although it's still a mess, but at least it's clean. We've already closed one of the openings into the wall and we're gonna just go around the house now to just make sure that, yeah, they cannot come in. I know for sure in the upstairs floor there's one hole where they come out or come in because we had put a little stone into that hole and that stone was pushed out 2 days ago. So they're definitely coming in there. I've also closed an opening down there already and we'll just go around and just keep on closing everything up. Let's hope that works.
I'm going to research a bit humane ways to deter mice from coming in the house. And that's something I do want to be clear about. We do not want to poison the mice. We don't want to set traps that can hurt them in any way. And that is really important to us. One of the topics that I was very interested in when working in animal welfare was how once an animal is considered a pest or invasive in any way, our cruelty for handling them just spikes up. It's somehow as if for the fact that we consider mice a pest, you can suddenly cause a lot of suffering and find it justified. And for me, that's not the case. I would rather take much longer and make more of an effort and not be inhumane in the way we handle the issue. It's the same with the brambles, the plants. I don't want to poison the whole land. It might take us years to get rid of them, manually pulling them out, but I don't want to destroy the planet in the process just to make things easier. And with critters, I don't want to hurt them. With woodworm, there's just no no other way than putting this horrible chemicals, at least not that we've found. So, you know, we just had to go ahead and do that. I still apologized every time I killed one. But with the mice, especially considering they've been so respectful, just easy going up till now, I want to make sure that we just, you know, deter them from coming in our space, but without being cruel in any way. So I'm gonna look if there are any things that we can do apart from blocking all the holes, kind of deter them from coming in the house and to keep them away from our things. And hopefully we can find a relatively easy and humane way forward. Okay, I already see here that they don't like peppermint essential oil. So you can put peppermint essential oil in some cotton balls and keep it in areas where you want to keep mice out. So I'll probably do that in all the closets and near our mattresses so that they don't want to go near them. Used kitty litter, it says. That is something that we had considered. Our neighbors have cats and I was gonna be like, can we borrow them for a little bit just to, you know, mark the area a bit so that they deter the mice from coming. Here it says that a very important aspect is sealing all entry points. Okay, and finally we of course have the option of using humane traps. If we do see that mice are already settled in the house, then we can trap them and take them outside. I really don't think they are because we find more poop near holes that we know exist in our facade. I do think they come in, do their business and then leave, but that is a good option. The priority now is that they don't start nesting in our furnishings or anything like that. Perfect. That all seems relatively easy and I feel comfortable with taking this measure, so let's get to it.
Now that is out of the way, it's time to tackle the workshop space. We have a little area here where we basically put all our stuff, our tools, everything we use in the garden, and it's an absolute mess. Since we came back from the Netherlands, we put all the boxes in there and just closed the door and didn't look at it for the last couple of weeks. But now it's time. We know that there are mice coming in and out from this area somewhere, and it's just about time to just clean everything up, put it all in order, organize it, and make sure that all the holes are closed in this space as well. So, gonna do that now. Okay, done for today. I'm slowly unpacking the boxes and I'm nowhere done, but we need to water the plants before we're gonna have dinner and it's already quite late, so let's quickly do that. That was it for today. See you tomorrow. Another day. It's much colder than it was yesterday. Yesterday we had such beautiful weather and now it's cloudy and cold again. So it's a bit of a bummer, but it doesn't matter so much because I'm just gonna continue working where I left off yesterday. I didn't get very far, to be honest, but hopefully today I can finish it up.
And I'm going to continue mouse-proofing the house by blocking all the holes we can find and also deterring them from coming into those areas. Now that the whole pantry system and the storage part has been cleaned and organized, I'm going to be putting peppermint oil throughout because mice supposedly don't like it. What I saw online was to get cotton balls and just put the peppermint there and just stuff the cotton balls, but I don't have cotton balls. I don't use anything that's disposable on a daily basis, so I'm gonna take this really old shirt of Warner. It's actually his favorite shirt, but he's finally decided to let go of it because look at that. It's definitely holy. So yeah, I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna break it into small little rags, impregnate them with a lot of peppermint oil and then put it in different spots to hopefully deter mice that come in from wanting to hang around. So you have these little racks now. Just going to take the peppermint oil, be very generous. Bonus of this is that the whole bottom floor is gonna smell lovely now. I'm gonna put it in between all our spices and grains so that if they do come in and want to take a little walk around our food supplies, they don't enjoy the process too much. It smells so nice. Trying to make sure that I put all these rags in places that I can reach again, because I will be reapplying the peppermint oil once in a while, I imagine, since it does become less potent as time passes. This is not a once and done situation, but at the same time it does have to be tucked in between the things quite deep so that they don't go everywhere where we don't see them. I don't know if I'm going overkill with how much I'm putting, but I guess rather more. Oh, you scared me. I guess it's better more than less. Too much than too little.
Well, just smells properly strong.
Does it?
Yeah.
I thought of even applying some oil directly to the beanbag and to the mattresses, because it won't damage them, they will smell nice. Also, some of these cardboard boxes can have oil directly on them because they're containing things inside. I'm just gonna spread some little drops and then I'm done in the downstairs area. So many nails.
Oh, I'm so happy.
All second hand, huh?
Yes.
We need to clear out the floor space before.
Got this industrial vacuum cleaner in the Netherlands. It was second-hand and it came from a building site and it worked, but 2 weeks ago it stopped working and I cannot get it to work. So now we're vacuuming everything with a small vacuum, which works as well, but it's just such a shame because it was such a good thing. Anyway, it's gonna go to the studio because here it's just in the way now. Okay, done. We finally managed.
The workshop is all clean.
It's so nice.
Organized.
It's so nice.
It's really good.
Yeah, I can finally find my tools, which before I couldn't. Like, it was impossible. Every time I needed something for the garden, it took me like 10 minutes to find what I needed. Yeah. And now it's just stacked in boxes, organized, hanging on the wall. I can just grab stuff. Screws and nails everywhere, which we didn't have for a while. So
it looks really good.
And Ali has been working a lot on fixing all the holes in the inner walls.
Yeah, I've been using the little spackle to fill in holes, and there's so many holes. No wonder they're coming in. The mice.
And we don't have a video of it, but yesterday we actually for the first time saw a mouse inside. It was just walking around in the kitchen counter. It was really
chilling.
It was so relaxed. Like, it was insane. And it was really the first time we had seen all the mouse poop and stuff and the stuff that got attacked, but we hadn't seen a mouse actually in the house. So there's one last hole we need to finish.
We need to figure out where the mice in the top floor that access the kitchen came from. Okay, so we saw the mice come up from this corner in. Well, I didn't see it. Warner saw the mice come up from here and then go back in here. We assumed there was a hole in the wall there somewhere, so we've moved this furniture piece, or Warner has, because he's really strong, and there's no hole. There's no hole, which is more concerning. Where did it go? Maybe it could be going up here, like this whole bit. We do want to take this out because it has holes everywhere. Yeah, it's not good. It's really badly built. Yeah, and you can see there's gaps even there. So it could be that the mice are coming in through there. But taking this down first is gonna be a big effort, and then I'm just scared it's gonna be full of poop, dead rats. I don't know. It's gonna be terrible. I was going to postpone it as much as possible. But if the mice are coming from there, maybe we need to take this down sooner. We need to find the holes. Where are they coming from? Yeah, it's so bizarre. But it does climb up because there is mice poop here.
Yeah, and there's always mouse poop on here as well.
So this could be the culprit.
That could be the culprit, or there's a hole here somewhere that we don't know of.
Near the door.
Yeah.
I just looked at it. It cannot come from underneath the door, no?
I don't think so, no, because it's properly sealed.
This is truly a mystery.
There's an issue downstairs with the foam. Like they're in the wall, for sure.
Yeah.
There, somewhere.
Do we work on taking this out? Oh, this is gonna be so dirty though.
It's not gonna be better if you wait.
Thought this was gonna be easier to figure out. What do we do?
Oh, we'll put it back and then that's it.
I close the holes underneath the sink and put a lot of peppermint.
Yeah, it smells nice.
Okay, so we're not fixing this issue for now. I don't know where they're coming from. We don't know where they're coming from. That is weird. Hopefully we'll figure out this mystery in the next one.